And welcome to episode 176 of Hero Power. I'm your host, Avanties, and as always, I'm joined by my co-hosts, Avanties. What is up, gang? And my other co-host tonight, Avanties. Hey guys, how's it going? So, this is going to be a great show we got lined up for you tonight. Unfortunately, as you may have guessed, I am flying solo tonight as both Man-at-Arms and Zeroshio had family obligations tonight. So, good luck to those guys. Hope they are able to take care of everything. But I felt like 2 weeks in a row without a show just was unacceptable. So here I am, gonna go through the basics, talk to you about the news, and then during the play portion of the show tonight, we may check out the new Zayle's Evil deck, which is, if you know, the new random recipe deck. So we'll check that out. But first, we have no new emails, and we do have a new iTunes review, and I apologize. I did not get it added to the show notes before the show. I will read it next week, I promise. So if you wrote us an iTunes review recently and you haven't heard it on the show yet, I apologize. It got overlooked. I just saw it this week, and we'll get it read next week. So, all right. This week saw the start of the new Grandmasters tournament. So, week 1 started this week, and it's pretty much what we thought it was going to be. And let's just say we hope you like Warrior Mirrors, because this tournament is Warriors galore. In fact, the class breakdown for Grandmasters Week 1 looks like this. 25 Warriors, 12 Rogues, 8 Mages, and 3 Hunters. That's it, guys. The NA and the EU mostly all brought Warrior. And it's lots and lots of Bomb Warrior. So, if you've gotten a chance to watch it, you've probably seen a lot of the complaining on Twitch has been about the Warrior Mirror and how long the matches are taking. But, you know, they've actually been some pretty good matches. I watched quite a bit of it today, of today's coverage, while I was here doing stuff around the house today, and I gotta say, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I actually enjoyed it. There's still a lot of people complaining about all the Warrior, and we'll just have to wait and see how next week goes, and if next week is similar class distribution to this week. I think that will be really telling. The APAC was actually the most diverse group of decks. There is where you saw most of your... They weren't as concentrated as the NA and EU were with Warrior. So, you know, we'll just have to continue to watch and see. There was one really big surprise for Grandmasters Week 1. If you guys haven't heard, friend of our show, and he's been on a couple of times, but Language Hacker is now casting Grandmasters, and he did a really good job on the analyst desk for his first time. And guys, if you haven't checked it out, go watch and give him a shout out on Twitter. Let him know that you thought he did a good job, that you didn't. You let him know, give him some constructive feedback on his casting, because this is his, to my knowledge, this is his first time doing it, and I thought he did a fantastic job. So, yeah, go to Twitter, let him know. Anjin-san in chat asks, do we think Omega Mechanic is too strong? With as many games going to the turn 10 and beyond as we're seeing, Omega, I don't know. I like Omega. I always thought Omega was balanced. Again, if you're not familiar, Omega is when you have 10 mana crystals, it does something. He also says, I'd be mad/sad if they need Omega stuff. No, I don't. I don't know. I think the Omega mechanic is good. I feel like it's fairly well balanced because, again, we are seeing more and more games go 10, 20, 30 turns. So I feel like it's doing its job. So my question for you guys is, did any of you at home watch Grandmasters this week? What did you think? Please let us know. Send us an email at heropowerpodcast@gmail.com. Let us know what your thoughts are on week 1 of Grandmasters, if you watched it, and will you continue to watch Grandmasters as it moves on into week 2, week 3, and on into the future. So I'm definitely interested in hearing your opinions, and we'll go from there. So the other big announcement this week was, and this is something we've talked about in past episodes, but Blizzard has announced they are looking to make improvements to the Masters Qualifiers. So the Masters Qualifiers are the series of tournaments, of online events, where you can qualify for Master Tour events. So when they first introduced Hearthstone Masters, they made it clear they intended to make changes to the program over time. But we haven't seen any until now. And to be fair, we actually thought they would wait until after the Vegas event, which is June 14th to the 16th. So the fact that they're making this announcement now kind of falls in line for what we were expecting. So beginning June 7th, there will be a number of Masters Qualifiers. They will reduce the number of Masters Qualifiers overall. To balance this, each Masters Qualifier will award 2 invites to its respective tournament beginning on June 7th. So in the past, each event has awarded 1 invite to the winner only. Second place and after are just out. So now the top 2 places from each event will qualify. So this is a big change. This will help other people to get qualified. They're also going to introduce single elimination tournaments that will be mixed in with the Swiss tournaments to try to help improve the length of time that each event takes. Right now, some events are taking anywhere from 12 to 14 to 16 hours to complete. And that really takes a toll on the human body. So being able to reduce the length of time these tournaments are taking would probably be a really good thing. Single elimination events will only be held on Saturdays and Sundays. That's important to note because as of right now, they've been running tournaments 7 days a week. But the single elimination events will only be run on Saturdays and Sundays. Players that have made top 8 6 times. So if you play in multiple events and you make top 8 6 times, you will also get an invite to a Masters Tour event. Retroactive to the start of Masters Qualifiers, 24 new players met that qualification. So that just shows you how many players are consistently making top 8 in these online qualifiers. So that's really big. Also, they said, listening to concerns about the specialist format, As we mentioned, the format, they're looking to revisit it after the Vegas Tour event and see if there are ways that they can improve that going forward. So, for me personally, I don't play in tournaments often. I don't really play competitively. That's kind of Zeroshio's side of the board, but I think this is a good thing overall. As someone who runs events, I have run 12-hour events, and it's physically exhausting. Not to mention mentally exhausting, because you're trying to concentrate and make the right plays. And then having to sit for that long is just not good. So the fact that they're looking to shorten these events, I think, is really telling about how hard these events were on the community. And the fact that that they're looking to make these changes is good. All right, guys. That brings us to our next topic, which is something I personally am very excited about. And you guys probably have heard me talk about it, but the Rise of Shadows solo content, the Dalaran Heist, is now live. And as a non-competitive, non-tournament player, I love the solo content. And this new content is above and beyond better than anything they have put out thus far. Chapters 1 and 2 of the Dalaran Heist are now live, along with the Mage, Shaman, and Hunter classes for people who have currently purchased it. Now, Chapter 1 is free to everybody, and that includes the Mage class. You then have to purchase chapters 2 through 5, either with gold, which it's 700 gold a wing, or for $20. So $5 a wing if you're paying with cash, basically. But as soon as you unlock Chapter 2, it unlocks the Shaman and Hunter classes for you to attempt with. Now, Chapter 3 will go live next Thursday. And let me tell you, if you guys have not played this solo content yet, because you've played the solo content in the past and just didn't care for it, you're missing out. This is unlike anything they have ever done before. So, what's different, Avanties? Okay, when you pick your class, you now get to choose a starting deck from a choice of 3. Now, the first time you do it, you'll only have the base deck. But as you complete and as you compete, you'll unlock additional starting decks. So, like with Mage, for instance, your second deck that you unlock is the Elemental deck. So, it has more Elemental-tuned starting cards in it. And then, as you complete certain requirements in the solo content, you unlock additional hero powers that you can choose from. So, you don't have to start with the Mage Fire Blast, ping for 1 damage for 2. You can get an ability that allows you to reduce the cost of a card in your hand. So there are just fantastic different options, different combinations that allow you to tailor this solo content to how you play, and it makes it so much more fun than anything they have released in the past. There's also new intermission missions. Say that fast, 5 times fast. Where you actually enter a tavern with Bartender Bob, and you get a special selection of cards to tailor your deck mid-run. This is, again, something that is phenomenal and has never been done before. So, go check out the Rise of Shadows solo content, Dalaran Heist. Chapter 1 is free now, available to everybody. Chapter 2 is available for purchase now. Chapter 3 comes next Thursday. Now, the other thing you might not have noticed with this new solo content, they introduced a new feature with this patch. Now, when you disconnect, close the app, or crash from single player content, you will connect right back to where you left off. It doesn't end the game. It's not an auto loss or whatever like you saw in some of the past solo content. Now, the game will pause, and when you reconnect, it will pick up right where you left off, which is, again, fantastic. So, my hat's off to you guys, to the developers of the solo content. You did a fantastic job. I'm very, very impressed with it, and I feel like it's easily the best content you guys have done. Definitely worth the $20. So, again, thank you for that solo content. All right. This week's Tavern Brawl is going to be a repeat. It is Clone Ball. The Legends of Azeroth are playing Clone Ball. Your team is random legends, each cloned 4 times. So we've seen this in the past. You're going to get, random legendaries. You're going to have 4 copies in your deck. So go get your win, get your pack, call it done. Or if you've got the Tavern Ball quest, this is a fun, or the Tavern Brawl quest, this is a fun one to do because you never know what you're going to get. All right. Well, that brings us to this week's deck analysis. And so if you haven't heard, there is a new card that you get with the solo content called Zayle Shadow Cloak. It's a 2-mana 3/2. Says you start the game with one of Zayle's evil decks. So this is just like what's his name from the last set, where you start with a random deck, recipe deck. I'm drawing a blank, but yeah. So we're gonna play this deck tonight because why not? We're gonna check out some of the new. Recipe decks, and so just take a look here before we get into it. It's always going to be the most recent. So Dropping the Boom is the Warrior deck. So as you can see, Boom Reaver, Dimensional Ripper, Boom Ship, Undasta, Gromosh. This is a pretty legendary heavy deck. The Shaman deck will be Underbelly Underlings, which is a Murloc style Shaman deck. Yeah, Whizbang is the equivalent of this card. Thank you, Anjin-san. Rogue will be the Heist recipe deck. As you can see, this has Tack Noswhisker, Test Greymane, Myra's. This is all about playing your opponent's cards. The Paladin will be the Sunreaver's Secrets. So it is secret. It's a aggro secret paladin. If you take a look at that deck list, Hunter is the Scrap Heap. So it is a bomb mech warrior or mech hunter with Zul'jin. So that's actually a fun deck. The Druid recipe is Nature's Restoration, featuring Lucent Bark and Healing. So the Warlock version is Ultimate Imp Festation. So it is a very low cost, almost zoo-like deck with Jumbo Imps and Sea Giants on the back end. And the Mage deck runs Archmages of Dalaran. So it's a Antonidas Spell Mage. And then, last but not least, the priest recipe is Day of the Dead with Catarina Muerta, Mass Resurrection. So you're just bringing everything back. So we're gonna give this this card a try tonight. I've already built the deck. We're gonna play it some. Again, I do apologize for this episode being so short, but just me and my opinions. Nothing to bounce off the guys tonight as they're not here. I just wanted to touch on Grandmasters. Again, please, if you watched Grandmasters this week, feel free to hit us up at heropowerpodcast@gmail.com. Let us know what you thought of Grandmasters, and we'll talk about it some more next week, hopefully when everyone has returned. So, all right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for the audio portion of the show this week. If you are joining us on Twitch or YouTube, please stay tuned for the live play portion of our show. If you are listening via the audio podcast, I would like to thank you for joining us this week. Remember, you can follow us on Twitter at HeroPower_cast. You can find all of our past episodes on YouTube at youtube.com/ECMMOGamers or on our website at HeroPowerHS.com. If you enjoy the show and you'd like to help support and improve it, you can do so by joining our Patreon at patreon.com/HeroPower. And we'll see you all again next week. And don't forget to use your hero power. Alright, guys. So, now that the audio portion is done, and I've done all of Zeroshio's work for him, as is usually the case. Trust me, guys, you don't know. You guys just don't know. Zeroshio's just here. I do all the work. All of it! And then Zeroshio, as always, just takes credit for it. So. Alright. So, let's hop in here and play some recipe decks. And we're going to do it in casual just because I don't know what rank 12 looks like. I've been playing solo content, so I haven't actually played rank 12 this week. Which switch are you talking about, Unjin-san? So he says, question, but has y'all's viewership taken a hit since the switch? Are you talking about when we swapped the RSS on the back end RSS a while back? Alright, so it looks like we are playing the Warrior Boomship deck. Throw back the batter heads. Keep the Clockwork Goblin and the Woodcutter's Axe. Alright, and we're going to draw. So we threw back 2 batter heads and drew 2 Town Criers. Oh, the switch to weekends. You know, that's a really interesting question, and I'm going to be honest with you, Anjin-san, that's one I haven't really dug into. I'll have to check into that for you and let you know, because I don't know off the top of my head. I haven't actually looked at the numbers since we made the switch to weekends. Okay. So we've got the Spirit of the Rhino, which makes our rush minions immune the turn they're summoned. So that can be good for Darius. Alright. We are going to Woodcutter's Axe. We're just going to go ahead and clear that guy. Well, we, a while back, Anjin, we actually had to change RSS providers, so, that caused a bit of an issue as people had to resubscribe to the show. So, alright, let's see here. So, he oozed my woodcutter's axe. I am going to, so this is turn 3. I don't really have a whole lot I can do here. We'll go ahead and shuffle with the goblin, put a bomb in their deck. And if he wants to trade the ooze in, that's fine. Oh, that's a good play. So I can coin Crowley and clear. Let's see. If I clear with Crowley, it'll become a 6/5. Or I can Spirit of the Rhino, Rabid Worgen. Yeah, iTunes is really easy to blame for stuff like that. And you're not wrong to blame iTunes, because like 90% of the time it's probably their fault anyway. I think I'm going to actually coin Crowley, clear the 2/4, because this will be a 6/4. So that'll leave him with a 1/1 and the 0/1. So if he's got, see what else he has. Okay, Dark Iron Dwarf hits Crowley, making him a 6/1, and then he will Mortal Coil it. Alright. Need to get to some of my bigger stuff here. So we're gonna Spirit Worgen, hit that for 2, play the town card, see what else we got. Militia Commander. Okay. Oh, and he drew his bomb. Well, I can play the Clockwork Goblin this turn, shuffle another bomb into his deck, and then Blastmaster Boom next turn. I also have the Militia Commander I can rush this turn, and it'll be immune. So I've got 6 mana. What do I draw? Oh, Super Collider. I think I like the Super Collider play, because now I can get rid of that darn imp. Alright. That imp was causing me issues, believe it or not. Those little health pings add up rather quickly. Alright. So this is good, because now I can Militia Commander to clear this, Super Collider into here to clear both of these. So clear, clear. Oh, it went the wrong way. Oh well. Play the Clockwork and pass. Okay. I'm thinking if he plays another lackey or an archer. Yeah, this is a batterhead turn. I can't see. Well, am I ever going to have a better chance to get the most out of batterhead? No, I don't think so. Boom. 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 See what he has as a response. Okay. Okay. I think I'm going to counter with Countess Ashmore, which will refill my hand with some stuff. There we go. And then... oh yeah, it died. Never mind. Hit that. Then go face. Taunt up. We've about run them out of cards. Okay, Scarab must be looking for a rally. Oh, there's the bomb. So if he doesn't trade... oh, wait. Okay, he got the... but... let's see. Yes, this is good. Ooh, that might even be better. No. So we're gonna trade. I think we're gonna... yeah, I think we're gonna Akali. Which will draw a Batterhead with +5, making it an 8-17. Alright. That is a big Batterhead. Hey, Riv Matsu, welcome to chat. Yes, it's been a while. Alright, so now I'm going to just clear the board with Batterhead. Boom, 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 boom. Armor up, swing face, and pass the turn. Alright, so he's going to tap, see what he can draw. Alright. We are just going to let him concede, because we were going to drop Ziliax clear and hit him for 10. But alright. Game 1 with the recipe deck. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's see what we get. What class we get in Game 2. Because we are, Riv, if you've just joined us, we are playing a card called Zayle's Evil Decks, which randomly gives you a recipe deck every time you queue up. So you don't know what you're going to get until you're in game. We are playing Rogue this time. So, as we looked at this prior to the start of the play portion, this is a steal your opponent's cards style rogue deck. So, alright. Ah, Hinch Clan Thug. So good. Alright, we will weapon up and pass. See if he plays a hero power minion, which he does. So now we will Hinch Clan Thug and attack. Making our Hinch Clan Thug a 4/4. And oh man, look at our... Oh, okay. Change enemy minion's attack to 1. But that's okay. Because... let's see. We are going to attack. Buffing his attack to 2. Then we are going to clear. We will bounce him back. Weapon up. And play him again. Alright. So let's see what... Oh, he's just going to clear him with this True Silver, which is fine. We will Evil Cable Rat, which will find us a lackey. We got the 2 damage lackey, so I actually think we're going to hold on to that. And we're just going to attack and hero up again. Alright, Anjin-san, have a good evening, man. Thanks for dropping by. Riv says, seems like I would need to have broader knowledge of the decks to do well, but it looks to be rewarding. Well, I mean, it's nice that even if you don't have all the cards, you still get to play the decks. So they basically just give you the deck to play. So for somebody like yourself who's been away for a while, coming back, it's a great way to just jump right in and start playing because you have access to everything. Alright, so we are going to backstab, eviscerate, but now all of his 1/1s are legendaries, so, or all of his 1-cost cards are legendaries. Alright, let's see what we can draw. Okay, Evil Miscreant. Add a couple more. Oh my gosh, all the damage. So much damage. Do we shadow step that back for more lackeys? He can clear it with both cards. But that's not good resource trade for him. We'll wait and see what he does. Oh, now he can clear with the weapon. Okay. There's another Evil Cable Rat. You have a friendly minion. Rush. Attack. Attack. Alright, so we were able to clear 2 minions. That's good. But we still don't have anything big, and his stuff's just way bigger than ours, which is not good. We've not really gotten a lot of the heist stuff. Okay. All right, let's see what we can do here. All right, so we should be able to attack, shadow step, deal some damage, deal some damage, rush and +2, swing, prep, fan of knives, Edwin, attack. Alright, so we were able to make Edwin a 14-14. I think that was the best possible use of our cards. And of course he's just going to kill him, so. Because that's what paladins do. But that's okay, because we just got to get rid of all the cards in our deck. Alright. Thanos. I'm just going to play Blood Mage Thanos and have him snap my opponent to a loss. Let's see, we're going to just stall. Oh. Play Blood Mage Thanos. Have him snap your opponent into oblivion. You win. Oh, Spirit of the Tiger. What am I drawing? Okay. Now I just need something to combo that with. Alright. How best to use that? That's the question. I can't target that yet. You know, this is not a good position to be in. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Best I can do. That kills that. So yeah, no. No, not good. Not good at all. But I don't really have another option either. Alright. So I got to get something on the board to keep him from sending it all to face. So. And there's Tyrion. So if you're not familiar with Chef Nomi, if your deck is empty, has no cards in it, when Chef Nomi hits the board, summons 6/6/6 elementals, but not going to make it that far. Yep, that's going to do it. Alright. Not enough card draw. So we are now 1-1 with Zayle's evil deck. Let's see what we get for game 3. thought we were going to get to fight Hogger. So we are playing Priest, which is the Resurrection Priest. Alright. Battlecry, silence adjacent minions. Wild Pyro, and Northshire Cleric. They're playing Druid. So chances are they could be playing Token Druid. So I probably want to hold on to the Wild Pyro. This is a 2-mana 2/3. If, gets bad, I can always just drop it for presence. And this is good to kill 1/1s and draw cards, which I need to draw cards. I'm going to hold on to this and see what happens. Alright. We will just lead out with Northshire. Force him to use removal or play something I can draw against. And there you go. Turn 1, force him to coin into Wrath is a good thing. Let's see if we can just keep the pressure on of him having to remove stuff. Turn spirit cards. Stealth for 1 turn. After your hero attacks and kills a minion, draw a card. Alright, so go ahead and just hit for 3. Do I want to silence the Wild Pyro and put a 2/3 body on the board? I could do that and then topsy-turvy this and have 2 2/3s on the board. See, what is he going to probably do on turn 3? He could bite, which would allow him to kill my guy and draw a card. I don't think I want to use all that just yet. I think I'm going to just pass and see what he's got. Ferocious Howl. Draw a card. So all he's doing is spending his turn, gaining armor, and drawing a card. That's good. So now we can kill that, play the Watcher, and pass the turn. So this guy can't attack unless you have spell damage, or he's silenced, whichever comes first. So he played Witchwood Apple, so he added 3 2/2 Treants to his hand, which is fine with me. Madame Lazul, discover a copy of a card in your opponent's hand. She will come in handy here in just a minute. First things first, we're going to hit this guy for 8, and then pass the turn. There's a Treant and a Dendrologist. And then he's going to deal 2 damage with Crystal Power. Okay. Okay. So what we are going to do is we are going to Unsleeping Soul this guy, creating a copy. We're going to topsy-turvy this guy, killing this guy, and attacking face. And pass the turn. He's going to play his other 2 Treants. Give him +1/+1. Okay, so we are going to Attack, attack, heal. Okay. Power word shield. Kill that guy. Then draw a couple more cards. Order of operations, people. They're important. Oh, so he's just going to replace them and give them all +1/+1 again, which is fine. So we are going to see what our opponent's holding. Ooh. So we know he can transform his Trents into 5/5 Ancients. So they've got to go. To help us do that, we're going to Savage Roar. So we will... Oh, nice. Okay. So now we're going to Savage Roar. And we're going to do that. Actually, you know what? 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I was one off lethal anyway. So we're just going to push. All right. Okay, so he was going to clear. What did he draw? Summon 2 more Trents, make them 5/5s, and die. GG. All right, so we went 2-1 with the 2-1 with the Zayle's Evil deck, or the Zayle's Evil Cloak card, which lets us play the recipe decks. So, as I usually do at the end of the show, if I have packs, I will open them before I log off for the night, just to see what we get. Thank you, sir. That card I was talking about, Zayle's Evil Cloak, is free if you purchase the new $20 solo content, solo player content. So, you could get that card right now. You can buy each wing for 700 gold a piece, or $20 for the whole solo content. Which, if you missed the first part of the show where I talked about it, the new solo content that came out this week is amazingly good and fantastic, and I highly recommend checking it out. The first wing is available for free. You should have got it when you logged in tonight, if you hadn't logged in a while, and check it out. It's a lot of fun. All right. Let's see. What else we got? Oh, there's an epic. Waggle Pick. Such a good card. And last but not least, Desperate Measures. Alright, guys, that's going to do it for us this week. If you have any questions or comments about the show, please do us a favor. We love to hear from you, and email us at heropowerpodcast@gmail.com. Please hit that subscribe button below on YouTube if you've not done so already, and give us a follow on Twitch to be alerted when we go live. For more details about our Patreon, you can find those over at patreon.com/heropower. We'll see you all again next week. Good gaming.